Shortly after the release of 1993's Sonatine, writer, director, and star Takeshi Kitano, or Beat Takeshi, was involved in a motorcycle wreck that nearly killed him. After this near-death experience, he went through a sort of artistic rebirth. His work changed significantly, and he entered a new phase or period like many painters do. And Kitano is a painter, both literally and in how he uses frames. His style is elegant and clean. He knows how to fill and structure a single image so that it's interesting and engaging unto itself, rather than requiring 20 cuts, say, to contextualize it. But Sonatine isn't a film that feels rigid or unduly structured in any way. Capping the first phase of Kitano's career in terms of themes, iconography, and ideas, most of them tying into the storied Yakuza genre, it's incredibly free-flowing and jazz-like in its narrative and focus. Often the spotlight will be given to fleeting characters who are basically extras, providing us with a brief and tantalizing window into their lives. These little distractions provide a grounded richness to the ostensibly simple main story. The film follows a Yakuza outfit and its beleaguered, exhausted captain, stationed on an Okinawa beach after a turf war. Interestingly, no one even seems to know, remember, or care how it started. Ultimately, though, this is a film about distractions, waiting, passing the time. Boredom brings out the boyish natures of the men, and the film devotes a lot of its runtime to watching them very authentically interact, prank each other, play games, get drunk, and so on. Men are so often reduced to macho archetypes in film, and despite gangster movies usually being a chief offender there, this is a film that I think captures what men are really like together.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
The film's many distractions and tangents serve another purpose, as does the Yakuza film framing. Life on the lam as a hardened criminal is used to explore feelings of inevitable, impending doom. In this context, it's the doom of the Yakuza lifestyle, but it's presented in a far more universal way. Violence comes from many of Murasawa's closest friends and allies. It is awkward, clumsy, messy, and fast, interrupting the stoic frames, childlike jocularity, and peaceful Okinawa locales. Sharp editing ratchets up the steady pacing in these moments so that you always are genuinely shocked. Now, I know I just prattled on about juxtaposition and existentialism and impending doom for like multiple paragraphs, but make no mistake, this is a very funny film. And sometimes this applies to the violence too. After all, these are men for whom violence is just a profession, it's their day job, and the film's very deadpan, irreverent, another day at the office approach to this never fails to crack me up. Sonatine's score, by Studio Ghibli composer Joe Hisaishi, contributes greatly to a seductively meditative mood. He uses unique sounds and memorable, convergent, slow-building melodies that enliven and enrich the images. I would also say this is Kitano's best performance, at least in his own work. He starts off as the Ice Cube King of cool, but over the course of the film slowly shows his warmer, more convivial side, as do all of the men throughout the picturesque Okinawa excursion. Let me also say, if the gangster and Yakuza genre checking made you nervous because you aren't a fan of those kinds of movies, watch it anyway. Kitano makes art films masquerading as genre films. Here he uses genre as a jumping off point for a story that's so much more than that. It's subtle, seductive in atmosphere, and playfully creative in a way that very few films are. It's that kind of cinema that sends me back out into the world with a different awareness of nature and other people. Thank you for watching, everyone, as always. Life has really picked up for me the last couple of months, but I do have some exciting new streams of content planned for the future of this channel. I also do Halloween big, so stay tuned for some Spooktober deep dives on my favorite horror flicks.